Hello, Tony Pacenski. I'm here with my friend Doug. We're going to do a foot sweep called Uchi Gari, but this is ultimately a mini lesson on some ideas to help your foot sweeps for judo or to begin that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu match.
All right, so Uchi Gari is a minor inner weeping sweep. So in the judo practice, we have solo drills. So you're sweeping the mat, doing these things, walking forward. 1, 2, trips like this, stepping out to the outside. So you see this a lot. This is the solo drill. And then they gravitate towards, if the person has a square stance, I'm holding the lapel, holding the sleeve. You start seeing these dancing moves. But really what you're trying to do is harmonize. And this is where I think a lot of jiu-jitsu guys, they kind of get lost with judo. They get really tired of, I step forward, he steps back, and kind of do our move. I step forward, back, good. So these are our full steps. Then you can go sideways. So we go here. Nice. You can go in all directions here. Angles. And the whole point is to get your timing and understand what the full steps are. But ultimately, I'm looking for any type of resistance that this person has in the real application. So if I'm stepping forward and we're going like this, and then I start to come back, and then he kind of puts the brakes on, like I feel that resistance, that's my time to do something, do a trip, or the person can kind of give you the throw. So you hear that with explanation of the person threw himself. And that's what I really like to do about this drill. Of course, I want to figure out my timing, like my leg work. I take a full step, and then I step back and wait for the full steps. I'm really trying to just feel if this person is going to have any resistance. So that's the practice of harmonizing. Next, you look at individual throws. Today I was talking about the Uchi Gari, and this is ultimately, I want to knock them backwards. So anytime you want to knock a person backwards, you want to try to pull them so they resist, and then they put the resistance on. I want to put him on his weight backwards so much, if I let go, he would fall. So my hand is the gripping hand. I'm holding at the lapel, at the elbow. And really, there's knocking the person back, meaning you're stepping in and then tripping or sweeping. Or there's the idea of the timing one, where I step back and trip that leg right when he steps, right at that moment. That's what I really want to discuss today. And then in the future, you can sweep in other directions. So if I start to sweep like this, you can catch it at the right moment so the person that falls. So there's what's going on with the grips, there's what's going on with your full steps, and then there's either you're going to be going at the person, or you're going to be stepping back and timing that foot sweep, Uchi Gari. So why would I want to go into that guy? Because if I'm walking back like this, and he resists, he puts the brakes on, I feel that tension. Now it's time for me to step in and trip the person, Uchi Gari. So this hand that's on the lapel, I'm going to be punching him and deriving his weight here under this leg, as this hand is pulling in and down. So as I step 1, 2, he doesn't know if I'm going to be doing like Uchi Gari, like a major sweep, or just stepping in and tripping that leg. All right, so that's when the guy's kind of resisting. So I feel that resistance, I go after him. But my favorite all day is the practice when I step back, that trip right there. And I love this trip because if I mess it up, if I mess it up and he high steps out, he's in line, I can do the next throw. I can set something else up. It could be a tackle, it could be single leg, it could be any type of turning throw because his legs are in line. That's dangerous for him. And of course, if I do knock him down, I get the move. I get 2 points, I put him on his butt. So when we go back to harmonizing, I step forward, he steps back. I step forward, he steps back. And now I gotta try to time it. I step here, 1, 2, that's a big step. That's our natural steps. It's gonna be hard to hit that move. All right, so what I wanna introduce to let everybody know, this is the basic, the thesis or the major objective of this lesson is the half steps. So we're here, I step forward, full step. I step forward, full step. I step back, full step. I step, half step, boom, can trip that leg easier. So as I step back, I don't want to come here and then trip the leg. I want to come in a half step. That's going to give me a lot more timing to hit the timing. I don't have to be fast. So as I step back full step, I don't have to go, oh, and then try to go real fast. And even do this that little hop in. No. When I feel it's time for me to go, I step, half step. Boom. So 1, 2, 1, half step, 2. Take him down. So my point of view is this. Of course, when you're starting to learn how to do some start of the match or takedown, you have to practice grip fighting. You need to see how the person's coming at you with their stance and practice grip fighting so that you can get the superior grip and really dominate. When you want to learn sweeps and takedowns and things like this, from a square stance where we're doing the partner drill, really practice harmonizing, stepping, even closing your eyes to feel if the person's going to give me any type of resistance. His resistance could even be like I start to step here and he kind of pushes me hard. Yeah, I feel this. So that's a good opportunity to do a sacrifice throw or a turning throw. And then as I'm stepping back and then he puts on the brakes, I'm like, I can feel that. Let me go into that. So that's what's fun about the harmonizing that concept. And then whatever takedown that you're going to do, like these foot sweeps, start practicing half steps. All right, they're really effective to help you buy timing. So if I step back, 1, and then I try to hit, it doesn't really work. But if I do the little half step, I can make the position work. Good. And please remember, it's not only just timing the foot sweep at the right time, although that's beautiful. It's also off balancing the person, getting that person there, pushing that elbow in, even my elbow's touching, and hitting it, like sweeping the floor here. Nice. When you get into going after the person, when it's time for me to go and hit this leg for the foot sweep, I need to step in, 1, 2, and then really like push my hips into it, explode, hit the person on the angle. So it's 1, 2, and then as I trip this leg, my hip is really pushing into the person as I'm projecting him with this arm. And again, really trying to get him there as this arm is in. So ultimately what I wanted to bring to the table today was the half steps and how that's going to help buy more time. Although sometimes we don't have a lot of time, the window of opportunity to perform techniques is usually very small. This half step idea, this concept is going to be helpful in your takedown application. We talked about harmonizing and how resistance can somehow give you the right technique at the right time. So you feel the person's resistance when you're trying to harmonize, that's the time to hit the move. And ultimately, you need to learn moves on both sides. So it's like I'm trying to hit a position and then he resists here, and then I can hit this side, or I start to do a technique and he resists the other way, and I can catch the resistance on the other side. So that's why you always see judokas that have 2 really good throws. They have a good throw on one side and a good throw on the other side. With that being said, if you're going to put one move into your repertoire, put foot sweeps. And I'm a big advocate, as you see, for the Uchi Gari because when I hit the position, if I mess it up, I'm still good. If I hit it, I almost knock the person down, he high steps out, it'll set up my next move. Maybe like a variation on a tomanagi, or a drop sayanagi, or some type of turning throw. When you get that person's feet lined up in the same plane, you're going to have a high level of success for takedowns, whatever that next throw is going to be. And then, ultimately, if you hit the move right off the bat, if you get that person resisting, you do some type of bounce, or you get the person walking, you feel the resistance, either you're going after that person, or you're trying to time it, they fall down. You already get 2 points off the start of the match. So if you're successful, you're successful. If you're flawed, it's okay. And if they high step out, you have a good line to do the next technique. So that's what I really wanted to work on today with this mini lesson. There are many types of foot sweeps. how you change directions, but the Uchi Gari is a very nice one to put in your repertoire. Please remember the off-balancing techniques, how you're leading that guy, bringing the elbow down, and either going after the person with some hip pressure and projection, or timing when the person's stepping in on you. So it's like a north and south type of game first. And then as you get better, then you can start going east and west, or changing the direction all the way around. All right, hope you enjoyed.